Hi, we're going to talk today about setting goals. Let's start with why setting goals. So, my whole thing is to make things as simple as possible and to maximize the outcome, the output of your effort, of our effort in what we do. And what we do is we have to spend time at work, we have to meet with people, and it just makes sense that we want to use that time the most efficient way. This is the basic of our society of capitalism, is that we try to be the most efficient, to use as little work as possible. So again, it just makes sense. And your main thing could be make as much money as possible or get promoted, or you think could be maybe you just want to be lazy and you want to work as little as possible. In either way, it doesn't matter. You still need to set goals, because even if you want to work as less as possible, you want to be the most effective. It is possible to work 4 days a week, even in sales. I'm sorry, 4 days a day would be nice, 4 days a week, but 4 hours a day, and make the same money. Just meet one client, do whatever calls you need to make, and go home. People do that. People do take vacations and day off. So, how setting goals works? Again, my thing is I like to use the modern technologies, modern psychology, science. We have a lot of things that are coming out, basically teach us how to program, how to hack and use our own brain, our own physiology to get what we want. And I know it sounds weird because we tell us what we want, and just the fact that we tell our brain what to want makes our brain to achieve what it wants. It's like we're not even there. It's our brain does its own thing, and we can just sit by the side, kind of like a Buddhist approach, just meditation, observing the whole thing. So again, setting goals is programming your own brain. The more we think about something, talk about it, write it down, the more we improve the probability of that thing happening, that thing coming to reality. Your mind can only concentrate on one thing at a time. If you are picturing something positive or something that is your goal, it's impossible for your brain at the same time to concentrate on negative stuff. And negative stuff will be like, why am I not successful? Why is this happening to me? When am I going to get, whatever? So when you concentrate on something positive, something moving forward, your brain just cannot help itself but subconsciously working on that. And your subconscious moves you to do whatever your conscious mind is picturing. And just what you say even is not important, but what you cause yourself and others, that's not related, but right now we're talking about yourself. What you cause yourself to picture, that's what's important. What's crucial, because that imaging inside your mind will move you towards it. So again, it's pure science. You cannot argue with this because there's empirical evidence that goals do work. Again, there are some studies where they compare students that did write goals compared with those that did not write goals. And the difference in their achievement over the years is just astounding. It's just not even just a few percentages. It's like a few times people that set goals make as much as 3% that set goals make as much as 97% that don't set goal, something like that. So the question now comes up, why don't we set goals? Why is that we are fine, and most of us are fine with just showing up to work and rolling with this, and being a part of somebody else's plan? Because good managers will set goals, and just their goals might not align with your goals. Their goals, for example, is to pay as little commission as possible. So think about that. What is your goal? So why do we do that? Why do we not set goals? There's a really clear reason, and that reason makes sense. It's totally logical, and psychologically it's understandable. The reason is fear of failure. Because, again, I already talked about this, but when you set a goal, you define a condition of your failure. Okay? Which means if I set a goal to sell 20 cars and I sell 19, in my mind, I can tell or I can feel that I failed. And if I don't do that, if I don't set goal, then Doesn't matter how much I sell. I can always justify that. Well, I sold more than the other guy, or I sold one more than last month, or I'm not at the bottom of the list, or I'm just a little bit above average. You can really justify that it's okay. So we help ourselves not to fail, our brain not to feel like we failed, because failure is a serious thing. Failure affects us psychologically. So how do we fight that? Well, first of all, we need to understand what's going on, and second, we need to redefine failure, because again, something that any athlete will know, anybody that's in the in the achievement field, science, same thing. If you don't fail at least a few times, it just means you did not maximize yourself. You did not try hard enough. Okay? If you look at, for example, Olympic lifting, they get a few trials, right? It's not just go and try to lift something. When you talk about, athletics, when they jump with a pole, without a pole, whatever, they get a few tries, okay? And it's okay if they fail. If they get three tries, I don't know exactly the rules, but I know that they're allowed to fail. And that's how they know that they push themselves. So if you program yourself to understand that you need to fail to maximize yourself, then your brain again starts thinking different. And if you take it one step further, and if you say to yourself, if one of your goals will be to fail, for example, again, if you set a goal of setting goals, how about a part of your goal will be to set a goal that you will not achieve next month? How about that? How do you think that's going to affect your brain? Again, we're just getting to the next level where how you can overcome that thing that is real, that really stops us and really hurts us, and use it to get to the next level. Now, let's talk about, I have this specific system. I did not invent it. It's a specific, very easy and very structured system of setting goals. It's based on experience, it's based on science, and this is how I found it. This is how I got there. First of all, I read this book, Red Circle. It's a book about a guy. Actually, a guy wrote it that he created Navy SEAL sniper course, the current school, sniper school. If you've seen the movie, read the book American Sniper, Chris Kyle, he went through that school. So these guys basically redefined how snipers are trained. And he, in turn, in his book, he mentioned another book. When I dug deeper, I found that guy as well. His name was Lenny Basham. He held a record for the most Olympic medals won, or something like this. And the guy was not athletic at all. He was a shooter. He was shooting whatever they shoot in Olympic Games, shooting a target. And he won a lot of medals. Then he moved to train, to coach, and then he moved to coach military teams and SWAT teams all over the country, including Navy SEALs. And he goes through a lot of things. Some of this visualization, which is huge, and he talks about how those Navy SEALs, for example, in the Navy SEAL book, they talk about an example when they actually set a scientific experiment in the sniper training, when they had one group that went to the range and shot hundreds of rounds every day and just train and train and train. And they had the other group that what they did was sit in a tent and listen to the CDs of the audiobook written by Lenny Basham, talking about setting goals, visualization, and things like that. Well, you probably can guess where I'm going with that. The group that visualized and did not train overperformed by a huge margin those that did train. You have Olympic athletes, again, Michael Phelps. He will, a day before his swim competition, he will lay down, and let's say the competition is 10,000, not 10,000. What do they do? Yes, 10,000 meters, I think, is the longest swimming competition. He would lay down, he will close his eyes, and he would swim in his head. He will swim the whole thing. He will imagine, he will count the laps, he will think, he will try to see how he feels, and just go through the whole thing. And that's how he trains. So this thing is real. And this guy, Lenny Basham, built a very specific system on setting goals, and those are the steps. Okay, so you can write it down. You can look it up. You probably can find it online if you're busy writing, don't cannot write it down right now, or at least just think about it. Okay, and let it sink into your head. So decide what you want. Decide exactly what you want. What is the goal? Okay, that goes to my previous videos about your main chief motivation, your why, and the big thing. But you have to decide what it is. Next step is decide when you want it and how you can quantify it. This is really important because a lot of times people will say, my goal is to make more money. Okay, here's $1. You happy? Or my goal is to sell more cars. Okay, how much more? If you sell one more car next month, did you achieve your goal? Are you done? So decide exactly how you quantify it. And also, there's a trick on deciding that it's not something that you achieve once, but you maintain the whole time. For example, with losing weight, that's a big thing that, there's even a joke when people say, yeah, I've lost thousands of pounds. I lose 100 pounds and then I gain 110 back. And then I lose another 120, then I gain 130. And so they do lose a lot of money. And it's like a thing. If that's their goal, they get the benefit of feeling like they achieved their goal, but they don't actually lose the weight. So the goal should be something that's you maintain at all times. List the pay value. Why must you achieve it? And again, that goes back to your why, main motivation. Why is this important? What is this going to give you? What is selling 20 cars per month mean to you? What is making $150,000 per year will mean to you? What are you going to do with that money? Next one is create a plan. And the plan is, what are you going to do that is under your control? Your plan, your goal cannot be sell one car a day, okay? Because this is something you cannot control. What if nobody walks in and everybody that you call are busy at this time and cannot come in and just don't pick up the phone? So what? Then just your goal failed by itself? No, but the plan is something you can actually control, something you can track, write down, and then something you can do. You start the goal in present and you state it in present. It's not something that I will do this, I will have this. You state it in your words when you write it down, when you say it to yourself, it's in the present. Don't quit. That's kind of obvious. You just keep your eye on success, okay? And this will help you against that fear of failure, because if you have a goal that's like a moving target, then it's okay that you didn't achieve it today. There's tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to try again. You're going to do again. If it's not tomorrow, there's the next day. This way you just cannot fail because it's a rolling thing. There's no end date. Let's talk about an example. So I have a couple examples. One of them, like I was talking about the weight. So let's build one. Let's say you want to lose weight, and why do you want to lose weight and how you're going to set it. So remember, step one, decide what you want and what is the goal. So with weights will be I weigh between 160 and 165 pounds consistently. Okay, so again, my goal is not to lose 20 pounds. My goal is not to be 160 pounds. My goal is that I constantly weigh with this range. So there's a little of margin of error. I can gain a few pounds. I'm going to lose a few pounds, but this is the range. This way it continues. If today I weigh 170, it's okay. I can get back to it tomorrow. I can do tomorrow. So I really don't fail. Next one, decide when you want it. How do you quantify it? So that's exactly what it was. List the pay value. Why must you achieve it? So for example, with weight will be having my weight under control gives me energy so I can be better at my job. It makes my mood better so I can be a better partner and a parent. That's the pay value. That's what that's going to give me. Create a plan. What can you do that's under your control? An example with weight will be I walk every day for at least 45 minutes. Start this goal in present. So how can I start and do this right now? I read and rehearse this affirmation daily. So I have it written down and I can read it. You can put it on a post-it on your mirror. So when you brush your teeth, it's right in front of you. Just read it. That's all it takes. And you end it again. You state it one more time. I weigh between 60 and 165 pounds. Now let's do another example and let's talk about our job, car sales. So you're a salesperson and you want to do better, you want to be successful. So for now, let's say you're selling, around 10 cars, and what will be a good success, good thing to achieve in the near future? Let's say 20 cars. So the goal system that you will write down and read and rehearse will be: I sell 20 cars every month. The income provides me with the freedom to travel, to secure my retirement, and to move and to provide my family. So that was, you specified the time is every month and the actual goal, the pay value, what it's going to do to me. Now, what I can do to actually achieve it, what I am doing every day. I make 30 calls each working day, and I make one social media post each working day related to my product. I read and rehearse this information daily, and I sell 20 cars every month. So there you have it. This is a simple thing, and it does a few things. First of all, it teaches you how to set the goal specifically. It makes you think about your big reason, about your why you're doing this. It's always in the back of your mind, and it helps your mind drive you forward. And it's not just going to drive you forward. It's going to make it more enjoyable, more natural. It's not going to feel like you're forcing yourself to do something, because like that reason is right there. It's like, to your brain, it makes sense, because that's what you told your brain to think about. And then it makes it affirmation. It's not visualization, it's affirmation, but we're not going to get into details. This is just a simple thing that even if you just write it down, it's already working. If you take it out and read it once a few weeks on your phone, that's better. If you write it down on a post-it and put it on your mirror, and when you shave or brush your teeth, you see it every day, that's going to be gold. That's like almost, it'll be impossible not to succeed. That's as good as it works. And one more thing about goals, same as with the why. Pay attention to what the goals you're setting, so the goal does not have end date, for two reasons. One, I already said that if you set an end date, you specify your condition of failure. Okay? If you don't set an end date, but you set it as a process and as something constant, then like if I set a goal to sell 20 cars every month, okay, so this month I sold 19, but in my head I sell 20 cars every month. So if not this month, I can move from this month, and I can do it next month, and I will do it next month. Okay? And if it's not next month, then the month after that. All right? So if it's not working, then we'll get into details when we'll talk about things, how you should change your approach when something's not working. You're going to try new things, but the goal stays there, and the goal is a moving target. And another reason is that I like, again, this example of hounds, in dog racing, when they have to chase this mechanic rabbit, and they have insane speed when they run, and they chase the rabbit. Every now and then, the mechanical rabbit, breaks down, and the dog catches it. When the dog catches it, it's never going to run again as fast. So same with you. Some people think that all their problems with life are going to disappear if they make $1 million. Well, guess what? You're still going to have problems. I mean, $1 million help, and it's definitely nice. But first of all, you're still going to have other problems, maybe problems you created to yourself by working too hard. And then you're just not going to have a goal, and it's not going to be as fun. And we want to have fun, right? You want to enjoy what we do. You want to enjoy your life. So again, think about that there's a reason you don't set goals. You can overcome that reason. If you do set goals, you're guaranteed to do more. Maybe not right away. Maybe you're not going to double your production. But if you do this right, if you do those easy, simple steps, it's just impossible not to succeed. All right? Thanks for watching.